Do you think that the Armed Forces Remembrance Day and what is done at this point in time is enough?
Not even close to enough. Like you know very well, naturally what usually happens is on the day, on the 15th of January every year, the President and Commander-in-Chief, the Vice President, Ministers, Service Chiefs, members of the Diplomatic Corps, some selected widows, and then the veterans will be there to do parade, to lay the wreath, and then naturally there's even no speeches. It's just laying the wreath, and then everybody disperses, and that's the end of it till next year when another January 15 again, the same procedure will be repeated. That is not what is expected of the government. There are other welfare packages, there are other challenges that veterans and widows are facing that the government needed to seriously look into. Fair enough. We have a President Bola Ahmed Tinubu who I would commend in all sincerity of purpose for the fact that he was able to, map up our welfare packages, and then I can guarantee you on the 7th of January, we were paid the outstanding balance of 50%. We were earlier paid the 50% out of the 100% on the 5th of December 2024. But then that was done only when we had to picket the Ministry of Defense gate and block and refuse to allow anybody to go in. That was when we were paid 50% of our outstanding entitlement. And then we had meeting with the Minister of Finance, who promised that the outstanding balance will be paid on or before the 25th of December 2024. That was not done until January 7th, when we had to picket, the gate again of the Minister of Finance. And then that was when the remaining 50% was paid on that very day. You see, now, do we really need to do this before our entitlement will get to us? The answer is no. Ordinarily, as senior citizens of this country, as members who have dedicated our lives, our youthful life, even our old age, we dedicated this to the service of this great nation, protect the lives and property of Nigerians against any aggression, whether internal or external. You remember there's Boko Haram, there's insurgency, there was civil war, there were other international engagements within Africa and outside Africa that Nigerian soldiers were involved. And also, even when the American soldiers are part of an operation, you see that Nigerian soldiers will always come out either the best or second to the best. So we are known with our resilience, we are known with our doggedness, we are known with our combatancy, we are known with respect for constituted authority, we are known for our discipline. Okay. But yet, we don't get what is our entitlement until we come out on the street and protest. Well, the reality is that the Minister of Defense, under the leadership of the two ministers, Minister Badaru Abubakar and then Dr. Bello Matole, I think they are trying their best in terms of policies and programs that are supposed to be in the favor of veterans. But those are only programs, but the financial capacity and capability lies in the Ministry of Finance. So even if the ministers, the Ministry of Defense, and of course Defense Headquarters, where you have the Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Gwabe Musa, wish to do whatever it is for the veterans, it is not possible because they do not have the financial capacity, the budget, the financial wherewithal. It lies in the Ministry of Finance. They can have a program that they may wish to implement, but once there's no cash backing, that is a very big challenge. And that has always been the language that we have been facing with, or we've been faced with. Whenever our entitlement is there, we needed it paid. The next word you hear is there's no cash backing. Once we start hearing no cash backing, we know that there's an issue. We have to come out and protest. I will give you, I just cited an example now.
Yes, you did.
With
yes,
the 28%, 32,000 flat rates, the new minimum wage, other allowances that were accumulated that were entitled to, that were supposed to be given. The Ministry of Defense wrote to the ministry. We had several meetings with the with the ministers, the main minister, the minister of state. They were very willing. They put up phone calls in our presence, trying to reach out to those that are supposed to effect the payment and things like that. And then we know the conversation, what transpired during the conversation. So you see, it is not really the fault of the ministry, so to say, when it comes to welfare packages. There might be policies and programs that the ministry might be willing and ready to implement those policies and programs, but you cannot do all those things when there is no cash. And the cash is not lying down in the ministry, it's usually in the Ministry of Finance.